Hi everybody, welcome to the LA School of Comedy. I'm Sam, I'm your host tonight. If you're here in person, you had a little amazing pre-show with Tatum. Give it up for Tatum. But we are getting started. It's a Manic Monday. Unless you're, medicated, so that's great too, So I got a great psychiatrist. I'm about to let him down soon. I'm just gonna have to be like, how long are we gonna do this for? What are they really doing? I'm not like, the ADHD hasn't been fixed, I guess, is what I'm saying. So I'm like, what is it that we're doing? Because now he's just getting free comedy on Zoom. And I'm like, please let me see you in person. Not like that. Like, I'm not a weirdo. Like, you know me. Give it up for Jason Ham, our producer tonight. You know him. He can get you an edited reel from your set tonight. He can get you your clip, pictures. That's Jason Ham. Give it up for Cece Treza helping us out with social media tonight. It is important to put yourself out there, guys. Seriously, look at my shoes. Don't. I ran into a high school friend at Trader Joe's, and I was wearing that's so crazy to start a story and then saying that I was wearing, that's like unprompted. Like that's a bit much. But I was wearing a Grinch sweatshirt, and because Trader Joe's is just freezing. But then I wore shorts to cancel it out. I had some open toes out, and I run into this high school friend, and I was like, "Don't look at me." And obviously she looked at me, but it was super nice. I was like, "You live around here?" She was like, "Not at all." And I was like, "That's crazy." What else could I tell you guys? I ended up accidentally at I looked up Dancing Near Me. Don't you love that about the phone? Do you guys do that? I don't know. I'm like, dancing near me, like fun, help, like where the people at? Near me. You type in near me and it's just like I'm a person, like wow. That's so nice. But I show up to this bar that happened to be in the same mini mall where I was at lunch 6 hours earlier. What's that about? I don't know where things are. You should see my Uber bill. But shout out Dad. But I get there and they're like, okay, well, first of all, I should say it was me, my cousin, 2 Italian lesbians, and they're amazing. I found out they were together because I started flirting with one, and I was like, wait, okay. I was like, how do you guys know each other? They're like, we're in love. I was like, oh, okay. This is my cousin. So I was like, we're different vibes in the valley. Like, I didn't know. I didn't know. But they were great. But she's like, I'm turning 21 in 7 days. And she tells the guy that, and they let her in. And I'm like, this is crazy. Okay, but they told us, they're like, this is a private birthday party. And I was like, no worries. They're like, do you want us to come still? And I was like, sure, dude. We get in there. Some lady walks up to me. She goes, wrong night, Persians. And I said, Hubi. And then we danced. And that was, and then, I tried to do karaoke. I just like, this happened once with me and Cece too. It's like the thing about karaoke is like there's other people there, and like they come up to you and now it's an icebreaker thing. It's no longer like, oh, what do you do? What you drinking? It's like, what are you gonna sing tonight? And I'm like, leave me alone. Like as somebody who comes up, what I mean? I get it. I put myself in a karaoke. There's no gun to my head like, go do karaoke. But like, leave me alone. This old guy was trying to get us to sing Britney Spears. And do you ever talk to somebody the way you like talk to your mom when you're 14? And I'm like, I need to calm down. Like it just comes out like that other party. No, just me. That's okay. I was like, I need a minute. I don't know what Britney song to sing. And Cece's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, why wouldn't I be? Mom, get out of my room. That's the way to get men to leave you alone. Just say, Mom, get out of my room. And then they leave you alone. The other night, by the other night, I mean last night, I met some really beautiful South African men. And then, he's like texting me, letting me know where he's at. And I was like, I didn't think, I don't care, I was like, you're pretty, but you're not that pretty. And then he said something to me that I was like, wow, like, men. I don't know. It's like when they have an accent, I think they're going to be so sweet. I don't know why. It's like there's something about it, but it hits harder. What did he say? I don't even want. I know I do that all the time. I did. It was so rude. I deleted it right away. And then I was like, oh, I'm a comic. I should do a comeback, but I don't. Sometimes when I'm on dates, and they try and do jokes, like even if they don't know I'm a comedian, like they're doing jokes, I was like, I just want you to know that I don't take work home with me. I can't do, like, whatever that they think that they're saying for the first time. Like, I've heard it here, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's always great running into somebody from high school, and I was like, yeah, oh my God, I shaved my head. And she was like, me too. It was that 2020 thing that happened. That's what happened. When it turns into a TED Talk. Guys, what year is it? Give it up for 2024. No. March is almost over. It's not really feeling like a leap year. But I don't know what that would mean either, But stars are aligned, clouds are out. Who is ready for another comedian right now, live to you from LA School of Comedy, 10835 Santa Monica Boulevard? Jeff Cohn, will you come up here?
Keep it going for your host.
Yeah.
You said you're 30 and all your friends are getting married and having kids. How successful are your friends? Are they LA? I don't know anyone who's having kids out here.
They're in the burbs.
They're in the burbs. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, yeah, I think that no one's doing that. Speaking of couples, you guys ever meet a couple and you get like really close with them and then they break up? And then anytime they find out you're hanging out with the other one, they get all butthurt? Fucking parents. So my parents divorced when I was 3. My dad still gets pissed anytime he finds out I'm hanging out with my mom. He'll be like, why are you going to go hang out with that bitch? I'm like, you kidding me? That's my mother. I love that bitch. Now, relationships are tough, And like I moved here from Maui for a girl. Yeah, so not only am I romantic, I'm also a fucking idiot. Sorry, I don't know why I pointed at you. It's just, I had to go to someone. But I've been dating recently. I dated a vegetarian, and I wanted to take her out and do something to like kind of impress her. So I took her to a sushi bar, a fancy sushi bar. I researched it ahead of time though. They had like a lot of like good vegetarian options, but the vegetarian options were half the price. Right? You girls don't seem as on board with this, all right? I thought it was a great move because I'm like, I get credit for taking her out to a fancy place, but I didn't have to pay as much. Imagine if you were going to take a guy out. You look like you might take a guy out and pay for him.
Every time.
Oh, man, that's tough to hear. But, okay, well, someone else that's not, abnormal like her, if you were going to take a guy out and you were going to have to pay for him, and he was like, hey, just to let you know, I can only eat from the kids' menu. You'd be like, fuck yeah, mama's got you, right? Like, you can get all the chicky fingers you want. So that's what I told her. I was like, hey, I got you, get whatever you want. Trying to act like I'm a baller. So the waitress comes up and she's like, what can I get you guys? She goes, I'll have the omakase. And the waitress kind of looked at me because I told her ahead of time that she was vegetarian. I was like, don't worry, I got this. Guys are good at explaining things to women. So I was like, hey, just to let you know, the omakase means that, like, the chef is going to choose all the ingredients. Oh, yeah. She goes, oh, great. And I was like, well, also that means it's, like, all going to be fish. She goes, oh, great. I was like, great. What are we talking about here? I didn't say this out loud, but I didn't know that you could call yourself a vegetarian and still eat fish. You guys know that? Yeah, there's a word for it. It's called being a liar. Yes, a fucking liar. She conned me. She is a con artist, and she fucking got me good. So this plan was not going well. This was backfiring pretty hard. And the waitress is like, hey, is there anything that you guys can't eat? And she goes, yeah, I can't have octopus. She goes, no problem. Do you want tuna instead? She's like, sure. She goes, do you want the regular tuna or do you want the toro? She did that little fucking thing with her hand. And she's like, she looked at me like, you said, Mom, I can get whatever I want. Let's go big. Let's get the toro. I'm like, fuck. Like, this plan is just so backfiring on me right now. Like, now, like, are they in cahoots? Like, did they somehow inception me to come in here, spend all my money? So the waitress leaves, and she's like, hey, just to let you know, it's not that I'm, like, allergic to octopus. I just don't like to eat it because it's a very intelligent creature. And I was like, cool, totally on board with that. Meanwhile, I'm trying to Google, like, how smart's a bluefin tuna? Because I want to bring it up, like, naturally in conversation, just I want to be like, hey, I'm pretty sure all these fish that you're about to eat are very intelligent. Like, you should probably eat the imitation crab. He's a fucking idiot. Yeah, so I learned a very valuable lesson that night. There's vegetarians that can eat fish. There's some that can eat fish that just can't eat certain types of fish, and that was her. She just couldn't eat cheap fish. Yeah, that was $300 of a lesson that I learned. What else? You're making me think about. This is something I haven't said in a while. Dating. Okay, so I moved here for a girl from Maui. I know. We already addressed why. I'm a fucking idiot. But after we broke up, I was like, all right, do I move? I'm originally from Virginia. Do I move back to Virginia? Do I move back to Maui? I was like, all right, I'm going to stay in LA and just see how. I'm never going to move here. I don't think I'm not a big city person really. So I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And so I got a date. First date I got was with a director. Yeah, she directed a movie on Netflix. So I'm kind of killing it, right? I know this because it said so on her Bumble profile. Oh. So she's probably pretty famous. Yeah, so we agreed to get like food and drinks the next night. And then later she texted me back and she was like, hey, instead of going out for food and drinks, would you rather come over to my place? I was like, okay, that's a pretty good sign, right? Your girls aren't normally inviting you over as a stranger on the first date because that means they like trust you enough to not murder them, right? Like guys, it's totally different. Guys, we just we'll go into a situation. Some girl might have confirmed kills, or if I tell a friend, I'm like, I don't know if she wants to fuck you or kill you. My friend would just be like, well, we're gonna find out tonight, we just say that's part of the game, So yeah, so I'm like, okay, I'm in. But then she texted me back later and she was like, but no sex. Like, don't get the wrong idea. I was like, okay. Because I did get the wrong idea. No, so yeah, the next day I was driving over and I stopped and I picked up some food, some drinks, some condoms, just like I heard her ask. And when I got there, one of the first things I noticed is that she had this really small t-shirt, really big boobs. So I could already tell we liked similar things. We were probably gonna get along. And hey, perfect timing, come on in. Real awkward moment here. Yeah, there you go. So we're hanging out and we have a few drinks and 5 minutes into it, we start watching a movie. And then 5 minutes into that, she's like, She leans her head on my shoulder. I could see down her shirt and everything. I was like, okay, this is about to happen. And I'll never forget because she said the most amazing thing to me. She goes, Jeff. I was like, and she goes, can I borrow $600? Oh, fuck. It hit me so hard. And people had told me that dating in LA was going to be weird. That was all the voices I could hear in my head right then. My vision was blurring. I was just like, what the fuck is going on right now? Oh man, So, I did leave, and the next day I was thinking about it. I was like, should I report her? If this was Tinder, I could understand, but this is Bumble, all right? I expect more of you. So I did. No, I wrote up a lengthy description of what happened, and I posted it on Rotten Tomatoes, along with a thumbs down on Netflix. Yeah, that was a good welcome to LA wake up moment. What else do I want to tell you guys? I'll tell you some real stupid things that I came up with recently. You guys remember in high school when they'd be they want you to figure out your career. They're like, what do you want to do? And you're like, I don't fucking know. I'm in high school. I want to get laid. That's been my long-term and my short-term plan this whole time. And so they're like, well, what profession did you most want to do when you were a kid? And I'm like, that's easy, ninja. And then find out that that there is not the job market that all the movies portrayed for ninja work. And I'm like, I don't even know how you become a ninja. I think it's like comedy. You just it's like writing, acting, all those things. One day you just have to start telling people you're a ninja. You just have to start doing ninja stuff. So that's my backup plan, I guess. I'm trying to, be an adult more, wear adult clothes. But they're expensive for one, and also they come with special handling instructions and hidden fees. I got a shirt the other day. It was an expensive shirt, and then I got it home, and it said, like, dry clean only. I was like, I've never had a subscription-based T-shirt. You know, like, every time I wear this thing, I got to fucking pay more for it. I was like, this is just backfiring. Why did I spend more money on this shirt? Or like another one I had, and it said hand wash only. And thankfully, I caught it like right before I was going to wash it. So like instead of throwing it in with all the other clothes, I threw it away. Because that is a one-time wear T-shirt. Like, they need to read you a disclosure if they're selling you something that has manual labor involved. Yeah, I told you, that was newer stuff. You know, that was fucking T-shirt humor, okay? I like to travel. We got any travelers in here? You guys seem like you're on the fence. He just goes halfway, and he's like, never mind. Turn around. There you go, yeah. I like to travel. Yeah, I went to South Korea a while back, and when I was there, I kind of wanted to like immerse myself in the local culture. So I went to a Hooters. Do you guys know they have Hooters in Korea? No, they don't. They don't. They also don't have copyright laws, because it was a Hooters sign. I recognized that owl when I was in 8th grade. That was like our strip club. And so I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to see how they do it over here. And I went in, and I should have known it was not a real Hooters, because like the first thing I noticed is like the women there, they were not very curvy. All right. I'm from Virginia originally. You go into Hooters there. Is that done? Oh, okay. All right, I'll end it there. Thank you so much, guys.
Where can we find you on Instagram?
J. Kane Comedy. And give it up for your host.
Give it up for Jeff. Speaking of shirts, I actually got this one from Bumble. It's a new feature. It's called "You Live with Your Mom? I'll take a shirt." It's called a living room for a reason. You're not supposed to live there. It's just a room. Please grow up. How we feeling? I'm excited. Packed house tonight. If you're watching at home, you're missing out. You gotta come. Who is ready for Malcolm Nicholas?
Almost hitting that ceiling. What's up? How we doing, everyone? Good. Yeah. Oh man, I'm worried about this setup. The first lesson at the LA School of Comedy is don't be so freaking tall, I think. I actually did want to tell this joke to start with. This is just a happy coincidence. I'm tall. I am. I don't know if you noticed. I'm tall. People ask me all the time how tall I am. I always answer, and this is how it goes every single time. They go, how tall are you? I say, I'm 6'5". They go, no, you're not. Why'd you ask me if you just weren't going to believe me? And they always think that I'm lying downward about my height. Like, you're not 6'5". And then they go through some weird tangential relationship with someone also tall, you know? They're like, no, you can't be 6'5". Because my old college roommate had a cousin whose girlfriend had a dad whose uncle was 6'9.5", and you're, I don't know. It's weird. Like, why? It feels like the taller you get, the less people believe you, you know? Why didn't they believe me? Because I'm 6'5". The taller you go, trustworthiness goes downwards. You know, it's like, it's an inverse relationship. Is that what it's called? I went to college. It's an inverse relationship. You know, if that's true, then guys, Shaquille O'Neal cannot trust that fucking guy. Let me tell you, Shaq, he is a liar. Because he's tall. I'm an actor also. There are people talking about acting. My biggest credit to date, I played a dead body on a TV show. Oh yeah, there we go. Thank you. Only in Los Angeles does that get just a round of applause. Dead body? Oh man, that's a good gig. Here's how it happened. I got a phone call from the casting director. She goes, we hope you're available. We hope you can do it because the director really likes your look. He really likes my look. Have you ever been told that you have corpse charisma before? Because I have. I show up on set and they're like, okay, hair and makeup, this is Malcolm. He has to be on camera in 10 minutes and make him look dead. And the makeup lady's like, nah, he's fine. I think I have to tan more. That's what that means. because I'm an actor, I did this thing recently. Kind of ashamed. I had a guy brand me as an actor. Yeah, that I know. I threw up in my mouth too. I paid him money, and he told me here's the kind of roles that you could play, and here's your age range and all that stuff. And then we get to this point where he goes, okay, now we're going to talk about the scale of physical attractiveness in entertainment. He goes, okay, there's 5 levels of physical attractiveness. Are you guys writing this down? You should be writing this down. Okay, so he goes, okay, at the top, we have leading man. Okay, makes sense. Number 2, we have handsome. Number 3 is handsome yet approachable. Which, what does that say about the handsome guys? Yeah, I mean, he's good looking, but he's a dick. So 3 is handsome yet approachable. 4 is good looking. And 5, the bottom of the scale, good looking yet approachable. That's right, the bottom of the scale still has good looking in the name. And he goes, okay, Malcolm, where do you think you fall on the scale? That's an awkward question, right? I'm like, all right, I can do this. I can do this. I was like, I'm not going to shoot for the moon or anything. I'm just going to go right in the middle, 3 out of 5. I'm going to say I'm handsome yet approachable. He goes, oh, really? You think that? Oh, my God. He goes, I think you're good looking yet approachable. The bottom of the scale. This guy called me Hollywood ugly after I paid him money, okay? Do you think that guy watches LA School of Comedy YouTube streams? I think he does. He'll find out. So I did, as if we've all done awkward comedy shows before. I'm sure we have. I did, yeah. Not this one. I'm not saying this one. Others, definitely not this one. I had a weird experience. I got my hair cut, and I'm at the barbershop. There's a guy cutting my hair, and there's one person waiting to get their hair cut. And so the barber is like, oh, so what do you do? And then we start talking, and I told him I do stand-up comedy. He goes, oh, really? Oh, you're a comedian? Oh, that's cool. I'll let you do your set right now. And he spun me around in the chair to face the one guy sitting there who's reading a Highlights for Kids magazine. I don't know what he's doing. And he's like, yeah, tell your jokes right now. He shuts off the TV, and I'm like, what? I'm sitting in a chair with that apron thing on me. This is not, I don't know if this is the best time for jokes. But the guy had scissors to my head. I can't say no to that, right? That's a weird situation. I don't want to piss off the man holding sharp objects to my head. So I was like, I felt like I was in a terrorist hostage video. I'm like, oh, okay, how about Uber? That's weird, right? That's exactly how it went. I'm a good person. I don't know if anyone else here is a good person. Probably not. Probably no one else is a good person. I know I'm a good person because I've been donating blood recently. I've been donating blood quite a few times, actually, yeah. But here's the thing. When you start donating blood, I don't know if this has happened to you, they get your phone number, they get your email, and they constantly contact you, right? They're always emailing you. Donate blood today. There's a blood shortage. Donate blood. They call you. They text you. Everything. It is ridiculous. I know some people who are in debt and don't get called this much. You know what I mean? Oh, you think it's bad that Visa is calling you? Well, they want to take my blood out of my body. I'm in deep. I have Dracula on my tail, okay? That's who's collecting this debt. Eventually, I'm just the only way I can get them to stop calling me is to be you know what? Malcolm is dead. That's right, Malcolm's dead. They'd probably be like, oh, sorry to hear that. But he won't be needing his blood, right? Can we get that blood from him? I've known you guys for about 6.5 minutes, so I'm gonna let you in on a deep, dark secret that I've never told anyone. This is not true at all. I tell people all the time. I don't know how to ride a bike. I never learned. Oh, thank you for clapping. I don't know. This is like an AA meeting. Thank you. I don't know how to ride a bike. Here's what happened. My dad, he taught my brother how to ride a bike when we were kids. He taught my sister, and then he got to me and he was like, "Nah, I want you to grow up weird." That's what. That's what's gonna happen. He started teaching me, and I got to the point where like I kept falling over, and then he just stopped teaching me. Like, I think I showed you enough. Good luck, son. So I don't know how to ride a bike, which is weird, you know? It's weird. I was watching this movie, Premium Rush. Do you know this movie? With Joseph Gordon-Levitt from like 14 years ago? But I'm going to talk about it right now. It is all about a bike messenger in New York City. Oh, yeah. That's the entire movie. Yeah. It's just like 2 hours of him riding on a bike through New York City, like running from the bad guys and stuff. And the whole movie, I'm like, oh my God, he is acting and riding a bike? Give this man an Oscar. What the? This is like science fiction to me. He's on a bike the whole movie? I can't do this shit. That's weird. Do you guys know that song Work From Home? That's also something that was popular 12 years ago. Okay, yeah. Cool. I am really hitting my stride. You know that song? Thank you. Popular single in 2015, Work From Home. So they talk about like working like, you know, in an office, right? That's like what you think it's gonna be. But then, guys, there's a little bit of a double meaning here. When she's like, let my body do the work, you know? She's like, you're the boss at home? I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. This song's about sex. I get it, okay. But then they keep going, and they take like the office work analogy a little bit too far. You know, she's like, you can get a promotion. And then my favorite line is when the guy goes, I'm filling out my timesheet. Like, is this song still about sex? What are we doing? What are we talking about? Now I'm just learning about office culture. As the song goes on, I'm like, oh, that's a good 401k. Got it. I hope there's a third verse that like tells you all about your taxes, you know? Like, I'm filling out my 1099, and girl, your deductions are fine. That's a line in the song. Okay, no, it's not. People are like, Malcolm, who's doing your taxes this year? H&R Block? I'm like, no, Fifth Harmony. That's who did the song Work From Home. Fifth Harmony. Guys, look it up after the show tonight. All right, I'm Malcolm. Thank you so much. What's that? Oh, I'm Malcolm Nicholas on Instagram. Cool. Yay. Oh, it is. Thank you.
Dude, do you know the thing where it's like if you miss like 2 sets with your phone on stage, like it's not your phone anymore? I like comedy woos. Give it up for Malcolm Nicholas, everybody. How we feeling? What a night at LA School of Comedy. Welcome Anya, everybody. Don't you were doing that, Tatum, when people walked in and when we clapped. It just feels good. I do it too. I stopped doing it, and then you did it, and I was like, I'm gonna do it again. One time I came up here and I tried to make a joke, and I know I should never do that. I'm never doing it ever again. And I was like explaining the bathroom, and I was like, and no more pee pee poo poo on the floor. I know, I'm not even kidding. A minute goes by, somebody raises their hand. Somebody who is an extrovert raises his hand and goes, what did you mean by that? And I was like, no, dude, like low-key, just joking. LA School of Comedy. Who's ready for some more jokes? Who is ready for Will Bosman? Welcome to the LA School of Comedy. It's like debut night. Welcome.
All right, thank you. Hello. First, I got 2 response jokes I got to do, or else I might explode. Malcolm, first of all, buddy, don't sell yourself short. Every girl my age wants to fuck the shit out of Jason Segel, so if you want to go like a real creepy Matthew McConaughey Dazed and Confused route, just start singing Man or a Muppet outside of LMU. You're going to find something there, dude. You will. Also, crazy that you said that semester abroad thing. I mentioned I was gay. My nickname semester abroad was Faggot. It wasn't faggot. They didn't get that creative. It was just faggot. And then when I got back to America, they changed it to toothpick faggot. So anyway, speaking of faggots, did anyone watch Maestro this year? Movie Maestro with Bradley Cooper? Yeah, I'm a film student, so sometimes I try to catch up on Oscar nominees, and oh boy, I stopped after that one. I didn't like it. Although I thought his nose gave a really great performance. I thought maybe it should have been nominated. If anyone doesn't know, he played a gay Jewish man, Leonard Bernstein, whose story simply needed to be told right now. And he wore a prosthetic nose for it, which a lot of people found offensive. And Personally, I think there's like a really easy solution. Do you guys ever go to the movies and there's like a bit before it where it's like the filmmaker or the actor, welcome, saying like, oh, thanks for coming out to the theaters and supporting our movies. Cinemas are so important. I think they should have done that with Bradley Cooper, but just had him kind of come out and be like, and this is exactly what Bradley Cooper sounds like, by the way. Hey, listen, everybody, listen. I'm Bradley Cooper. I made this movie and I star as Leonard Bernstein. The whole movie, listen, we were going to do this prosthetic nose because he's got this big gay Jewish nose. I just want you to imagine in your head, because we thought that might be offensive, just imagine, anytime you see my nose, imagine I got this big fucking nose. Just that there's like this giant nose right there that's just all big and Jewish and gay. Okay, now go watch the movie. Go ahead. Right? And then I also think it'd be a great use of the post-credits scene feature we've kind of adapted from Marvel to have him come back and be like, did you do it? Did it work? Did I look Jewish? So, you know. Unfortunately, he woke up Oscars Monday, still not Jewish and not gay. So that sucks. I'm going to do a hard pivot into school shooting jokes. How old are we in this room? I can't really read the age. I'm 21, which means I had to be worried about that for a while. And I don't know how much YouTube people in this room watch, but like, I watch a lot of YouTube, and like I watch YouTube to fall asleep and shit, and I get a lot of like school shooting ads. Okay, wait, no, sorry, that sounds weird, like out of context. They're not ads for school shooting, although those would be great. We're way under quota. You know, it's March, we've only had 3. No, not that. It's more like ads of like the parents asking for money and shit, and man, like I care about dead kids as much as the next alive kid, trust me, but oh boy, I'm watching YouTube. YouTube is not a good place for a parent crying about their dead kid, especially when they look like my fucking dad, you know what I mean? I'm like, dude. And sometimes they're like, don't skip this ad. I'm like, dude. What do you want me to do? Watch it? It's a fucking ad on YouTube. Who do I look like? I'm like, come on. And you know, I don't remember the end of this bit, guys. No, but I was going to say, right, here it is. I was going to say, I'm trying to watch a fucking video that has nothing to do with this, you know what I mean? There's this kid online, Ryan's Gun Reviews. He's a 13-year-old kid who reviews guns, and it's really funny. Anyway, if it helps soften the blow of that last joke, I was in a shooting once. In Philadelphia, I'm okay. But I was in a shooting, Philadelphia, July 4th, a few years ago. And as an American who also went to high school when all that shit was going on, like, I don't know about anyone else, but I thought about it a lot. Like, what am I going to learn in that scenario? What's going to happen in that scenario? How am I going to handle that scenario? How am I going to kick his ass? All that stuff. And damn, if it wasn't disappointing that I went out of that just being like, I need to get on the treadmill. Oh my God, there were 60-year-old dudes like grabbing their fucking 16-year-old kids and running faster than I could probably drive down Philadelphia streets like nobody's business. And I'm like just debating, like, should I get shot or should I jog? I mean, I don't know, because, you know, one's A, gonna get me out of here faster, B, gonna be something I've meant to do for a while, and C, you know, I'll be safe. And none of those are jogging, so, you know, that's my time. Thank you, guys.
Give it up for Will, everybody. This is a fantastic night. I'm really glad everybody came out tonight, seriously. If it's your first time here, if you wish it was your first time, if you wish it, don't you wish you could have that feeling again on your first time here? We should bottle that. I wish we could bottle that sometimes. Kill me! Don't. Madeline? You ready?
Can I go in a little bit?
You can go in a little bit.
Not kill me, no, but that honesty really, like, I felt that. That's at least what you want to go in a little bit. Okay, you check in. Okay, you check in. Can I get some Jen Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay. Give it up for the comedy of Jen Tyler.
I didn't mean that. I'm already starting. I'm trying to how old I am. Okay, here we go.
What's up, guys? How are you doing? That is so sad. 3 claps. Yeah! All right, guys, I'm an LA native, born and raised here. Yep. I'm actually 3rd generation. which makes me shallow. You may think it'd be glamorous to grow up in a place like LA, but when you're a kid, you don't even know any difference. Is this all right? Is this thing on? When you're a kid, you don't know any different. Like, I thought everybody's morning started in hair and makeup. My mom would be like, come on, hurry up, you're gonna be late for headshots. And I'm like, Mom, it's called school photos. My mom's so great. She always wanted us to look nice, but she always wanted us to be aware of our surroundings. You know, before we'd leave the house, she'd be like, you gotta be aware, you gotta be alert, you gotta keep your eyes open, because you never know who's gonna wanna represent you. This is Hollywood, baby, tits out. Oh, LA. We put so much value in the way we look here, right? So much value that it could be a hard place to be if you're going through your awkward years, especially if your friends are pretty. This one time we were all out at the farmer's market, and this woman comes up to my friends, and she asked my one friend if she'd like to try out for a Maybelline campaign, because she said she had a look that was very commercial. And then literally like 20 minutes later, this guy comes up to me and asked if I'd like to try out some beef jerky. Because I guess I had a different look. So I know the answer to this, but do we have any mothers in the room? Jeff, yeah. I know you want a mother. Yeah, it's the hardest job in the world. Yeah, when you're sober. I know, I've got 3 kids. Yeah, thank you. Thanks. I have a teenage daughter and 2 boys. One's 12, one's my husband. And I don't know, I just thought I'd be a different mom than I actually really am. I thought I could be the perfect mom, do all those perfect mom things, you know, like join the PTA, make healthy snacks, get dressed. But you know, it's so hard to be perfect all the time. I'm like, oh, you've already sent out your Christmas cards and it's September? That's so great. My son hasn't changed his underwear since Monday, okay? So I'm gonna need to lower the bar a little bit, you guys. I'm kind of more like the bare minimum mom, you know? I'm just trying to do my job. I'm not getting promoted, but I'm not getting fired. Because full-time moms, we're like office interns. You know, we don't get paid. Our coworkers think we're annoying and don't even think about trying to fuck us. So I have a preteen and a teenager, and I feel like teens always get a bad rap for being so difficult, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's the preteens that are tougher. Because when you're an 11 or 12-year-old, your body's going through so many changes, you don't know what's going on. You're like a Marvel superhero who just got his powers but is still learning how to use them, you know? They're like, oh, wait, do I know more than my parents do? Let's go slam some doors. And teenage girls, they're in a category all of their own, right? My daughter's 15. I'm trying to teach her how to love herself. And that's really hard because I don't know anything about that. But I did once take this parenting class, and the instructor told us to never criticize the way that we look in front of our daughters. And I just thought that that was such a powerful idea. That would leave me with nothing to talk about with her. I am from the self-loathing generation. That's all we do on text. I'm so fat, I need Botox. And those are just my guy friends. I'm starting to think that being a comedian has been a bad influence on my kids, because now they roast me every chance they get. I'll come downstairs, and they'll talk to me like they're Hollywood reporters on a red carpet. My daughter will be like, oh, here comes our mom, hi. Wow, you have made such a style transformation over these last few years. Can you tell us, what's been your inspiration for giving up? And then my son chimes in, looks like we've got a question from our live feed. This one's from @Mr. Tyler. He'd like to know, will we be seeing you in anything other than sweatpants this year? And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, are these kids funnier than I am? So I'm gonna need your help with this, Patty, but I need a transition. This is like a weird transition, but 2 years ago, my son was in a horrible, horrible car accident. He's okay now, he's fine, he's actually doing incredible. But ever since then, I have made it my purpose in life to make his story all about me. It's actually been really hard for me to get over this. I was diagnosed with PTSD. And that's something I only thought veterans got. But apparently it affects over 13 million Starbucks employees every year. So think about that the next time you want to send your order back. Back when this first happened, I had no appetite. I could not eat anything. And I think at one point my friends were genuinely concerned that I was becoming thinner than they were. Every time they would bring over a casserole or a cake, my husband would be like, "That is so nice." And I'd be like, "That is so passive aggressive." Living in LA is a good place if you need self-help, because we have every kind here, and I've tried most of it. Talk therapy or therapy, meditation, pole dancing. You know, my husband always, or my family always knows that I need a little me time when I leave the house in 5-inch heels. My husband's like, "Jen, can you bring me home some wings this time?" And I'm like, "Oh my God. Only if you put a 20 in my thong." All right. I got to figure that one out. Let's see. Oh, another thing I do for therapy is I scream in my car as loud as I can. And it really helps. It's a little frightening for the kids, though. So, you know, they're getting over it. But I have screamed so and cried so much over these last 2 years. I feel like they should put me on The Real Housewives. I even have my intro tagline and everything. It goes, thanks, Sam. The only mess you'll find in my house is me. It's taken me a lot longer to heal than everybody thought it would. You know, people have compassion, but up to a certain point. You know, they just want to move on, and I get it. The first 6 months, everyone was like, "We are here for you. Take as much time as you need." And then after 2 years, they're like, "Can you just pretend you're happy?" But I'm coming out of it. I'm doing comedy again. I have a therapist who's amazing. And I like her because she can be direct with me, but she's also my biggest cheerleader. So sometimes we do these exercises and she'll be like, "Okay, Jen, repeat after me. Take your medication or your husband will leave you." All right, thanks guys very much. Jen Tyler. At Jen L. Tyler.
Give it up for Jen Tyler, everybody. And please send me your therapist info. I need a new one. This last one, just bad vibes. You know, just throwing around the word failure too much. The world of failure. That's why I said that. I couldn't even say it. He was like, "You're at risk to be failure to launch." And I was like, "You're at risk of losing this paycheck. Keep it shut. Keep it shut. And if I don't answer, it's because I don't want to answer. Don't text me as my therapist, am I being ghosted, ghost emoji. Because I don't know if you're familiar with the ghost emoji, but the tongue is out. And I'm like, that's weird, Larry. That's weird. Jane, I miss you, but you told me you loved me. And you wanted to come to my comedy show, and you know that that's like too much for me to hear. God, LA therapy. This isn't therapy, but like, you know, if you need it, you know, talk to somebody. Imagine. I love when Jen does that thing right where she looks at this. It just killed me today. It just killed me. I don't know why. I'm just dead. Okay, who's ready for an LA School of Comedy regular at this point? Come to the stage, Lee Schwartz! Oh, wow.
I was just trying to adjust things. No, I was doing the time, just my own little,
How sweet.
no offense, I'm doing my own time thing. So this is the 7th time I've been here, but who's counting? Figure something keeps me coming back. I don't know what that is, but maybe I'll figure that out. So I'm here, and here I am, so I might as well do something. So I'm learning a lot about comedy, you know, here and there. First thing I learned which door to come into. I went through that one. Now I figured out which door it is. 50-50, and I always pick the wrong side. It's just awful. That's just the way it is, and I deal with that every day. But yeah, that's being me. But I heard you value your audience. That's part of the deal. So I value you all highly. You're good people. Think good things about yourself. You're going to make it. I value you. You're good inside. Very good people. All right. That's it. No more. You're done. From there, you got to figure it out. Okay. You're on your own now. Walk out. Be good. Yeah. So, but it was a hard day. It was really a hard day, actually. I work at Santa Monica College, and I work really, yeah, that's the truth, you know. But don't tell anyone, yeah. But you know, but anyway, so I just handle students that have difficulty getting through college, you know. And I usually say, that's the door, go through there, and then you're all set. No, but really, I tell them what to do. So I took the guy to get ice cream, and I'm supposed to be the role model. I'm supposed to, you know, show everything. And so he gets an ice cream. That's fine. And, you know, I'm waiting in line and waiting in line. I'm waiting a while. And this guy's to my right. He's like over there. And he's like, I thought he was waiting for an ice cream. I really thought he was waiting for an ice cream. And so it's my turn. So then he goes in front of me, and he's like about to go, you know, in front of me, right? So I went quickly right to the thing, and he's like, I was here first. And from there, I was wondering, where do I go? Okay, I was here first. That's the line over there. And I was thinking, I was getting like a little bit revved up, really, about, you know, and he's like, takes out his wallet, and I'm thinking things like, what could I do here? And it really actually did occur to me, the thing in Jurassic Park, Velociraptor, they throw it in, he goes, and I was going to grab the wallet and throw it over there, and he'd probably go get it, but then I kind of went back and forth. He's like, and I said, I lost my temper a little bit, and I said, go away, you go back, go in line, that's where you're from, that's where it's supposed to be, you go there. And I did say something like that, and he's like, what are you talking about, you know? And I said, I was here first, and we went back and forth. And I actually realized that the window is really small, okay? So I was there first, okay? And I realized I'm in front of him. So my choices were, and I really was down to the wire because I'm thinking it's something that has to be done. Either I stop him and, or I go to the back of the line. That's the only thing I thought of. It was one or the other. If I stop him, then I kind of can get the ice cream. But if I don't, you know, I have to go to the back of the line. That's the only thing. And then I started to see red kind of, and I got really upset. And then I thought, red, I'm seeing red, and I'm thinking red sherbet. And I wanted red sherbet ice cream. You know, I really wanted this. And then and then I realized he's going this way. I'm going that way, and I'm not going to let him go to the window. So I'm thinking he goes this way, I go that way, and I'm thinking, well, this could really go the wrong way here. And I said once more, I said, go away, you know, go away. I couldn't come up with anything else. So then I thought, well, I'll turn real quick and go to it's a small window, so block the window, and then he can't do it, and then I'm done. And then I'm thinking, wait a second, my student's right over there, and here I'm losing my temper. And he's, you know, and I realized, wait a second, I'm working here. I'm working, and he's going to think, oh my God, I'm never going to see this guy again, and he's going to report me or something like that, because it's the point of pushing. I think there's pushing, close to pushing. So I'm like, I'm going to turn, and then I realized, okay, get a hold of yourself. Okay, and she's, the person at the window, she's like, I'll take anyone, whoever wants to come, just come, you know. And I said, then I turned and I said, okay, go ahead, fine, you're happy, get your ice cream, fine. And I didn't say that, but, and, you know, then I said, discretion is the better part of valor, and I let him go. And I did say, I hope you're happy now. And my other student was far away, so I hope you didn't hear that. And maybe you did, maybe you didn't. And, you know, this was, you know, he'll never go to Santa Monica College again, probably. It's crazy, you know, people that are supposed to help him, and this is me, and probably introduction to college, and he'll never come back again. And that, I'm sorry about that. But I don't know. He's far enough away, so he didn't hear me, so it was okay. And so I think it worked out okay. But I was thinking, if he wasn't there, because I ended up not getting a sherbet. I ended up not getting one. And then here, after all this, and then I got to fall back on the role model. I did it for him, and that's that. I did the right thing, a role model, and he probably saw that this is the way to handle things. Okay, you don't dodge the guy who's trying to get your ice cream. Don't do that. Okay, but follow. I didn't go with him like over this, like the ways to handle if someone cuts in front of you. But I was thinking, there's been only 2 times this has ever happened to me. And I was thinking, like, what, I thought about, like, has that ever happened to you? Someone cuts in front of you, and what'd you do? And you fight or flight, maybe. All right, so I was gonna fight, but then I flight because my student was right over there. So that worked out much better, I think. He'll come back. He won't run when I go see him again, and he'll probably never go take ice cream anymore. He'll say, I'll skip the ice cream probably. Then I'll say maybe hot dogs or something. People don't cut in lines there. I don't know. Go to a place that they don't cut in lines. I don't know. You can't cut in lines at restaurants. Yeah, you can't do that. So maybe that would be the thing, So I learned. He learned. I learned. We're learning. This is part of the whole process of college. Learning. So this is what you learn every day. All right, good. So I turned it all around, and he's now going to be probably a great person, know how to handle things and not be scared of college, hopefully. But there was one thing that I did think about, and I'm glad I didn't do it, when the guy was going like this way, and he was like really getting his wad on. He's going to push right by me. And then I was like thinking, one thing that I'm glad I did not do, I really did think back about another time someone did cut in front of me. It was 4th grade, okay, and it was a water fountain. I was waiting, and I was a very impulsive kid. I didn't talk much. Communication wasn't my thing, so I just, he was gonna go in front of me, and then I punched him, and that was that. And I thought it wouldn't be the good thing to do. The worst thing to do would punch him, but it was very close. It was very close. So glad I didn't do that. That would have been end of. I'd never see Santa Monica College again. Be banished from every college in all of America. Punching in front of your student, punching a guy that just wanted an ice cream. That's all he saw, right? Some guy, and who knows what he really saw over there. So I don't know, but. Anyway, so that was my day today, and I survived. I made it. I'm here in one piece. The guy was in one piece. My student was in one piece, and all worked out. So, yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. You can find me on Instagram, Lee.Schwartz585, and then roaming around in the streets.
Schwartz. Good night. If you're heading out, we love you. For those of you staying, we love you more. I'm kidding. Did you hear that? No. I think it's funny when Lee was like, I'm going to lose it. And then he's like, go away. Like, dude, that's not what I thought. That's not what losing it looks like in my family. He's like, I was going to say, go away. I'll just say, first concert I ever went to, Barry Manilow, my dad called this drunk lady a witch. And he says every word, so I don't know why he said witch. Like, he totally could have went with B instead of W. But it sounded worse. Yeah. And Barry looked worse. Okay. Who's ready? You're ready, Madeline. Come on up here and welcome to the LA School of Comedy. Madeline LeMay?
Yeah, beautiful.
Gotham, watch out, we just found your new villain. Fucking Lee. I know that was your 9/11. I'm Madeline for... Is this on? Oh, there. I'm Madeline for you audio listeners. I'm violently bisexual. I discovered that by watching Lion King 2 as a child. No one else? Okay. I'm not into furries, but like, you're gonna put eyeliner on a girl and guy lion, I'm gonna want to fuck them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Being bisexual, you know, you feel like my dating chances are 50 times better, but it's not. I've had a really weird dating history. Yeah. I've only dated 5 dudes in my life. 3 out of 5 are now women. I'm supportive of them, absolutely. But like, first time was kind of like, fool me once, shame on you, when they came out. Second time was like, fool me twice, shame on me. Third time was like, I might be a lesbian. And like, you know, foresight, hindsight, 2020, and all that. Because like, yeah, they had blonde hair. Yeah, they painted their nails. Yeah, they wore dresses. Maybe if you're in a smoky room across the bar, they definitely looked like a woman. But like, how was I supposed to know they'd be trans? Like, you know? But like, it is great. I support them and all that. But I had a lot of learning afterwards. I had to think about like, because clearly I'm the root of all these problems and like, I have a way with men. So I was like, you know, I like to think that they got to a point where they dated me and they're like, you know what? Madeline's the best. Can't beat it. Might as well chop my cock off. You know what I mean? But yeah, 3 out of 5 of my exes, like, that's some pretty solid batting stats, right? Like, so now you're thinking, what happened to the other 2 dudes? They're both gay now. Yeah, baby. One of those exes, I dated in college. I did what you're not supposed to do in college, whereas all my freshman friends, they were all slutting around, being whores, good for them. I got engaged my freshman year of college to someone living abroad. You know, it's a long story. It was my middle school crush. It was turned out. The being gay part wasn't like a red flag at first too. It wasn't obvious. The real red flag, which I definitely ignored for the 2 years we long distance dated, he was ranked number 5 in the world for League of Legends. Yeah, if you don't know what that means you have to play League of Legends minimally 6 hours a day. Committed and lonely I am. Yeah, so my dating life's been shit pretty since. I haven't had a good time with that. I've resorted to making out in clubs now. I'm desperate. But it's been good. I've gotten a lot of opportunities for that. I've made money from kissing people. Not in a weird way. I've done it professionally in film and television. Yeah, I'm an actor. My dad always told me to find a job I was passionate about. But it's been good. You can find me smooching around on Amazon and Netflix and all that fun stuff. It is weird to tell my parents about the movies I've been in and been like, maybe skip that one. We're passionately making out. Someone mentioned earlier about job careers and they just reminded me of this. I took the job career thing in high school too, the little quiz. And it told me I should be a mortician. And I hate dead things, despite my bone tattoos. It's a weird meta thing. I'm really grossed out by dead things. But then the second option, it said, so I told my career counselor, I was like, I can't be a mortician. It'd creep me out, like cutting them open and bleeding. And blah, I can't do that. So she was like, well, what was the second option? It was a puppeteer. I don't know if those jobs go hand in hand together, but, you know, but I do love Man or Muppet, so that was a good call out earlier, too. Yeah, that's kind of all I got today. This is only my first week trying comedy, y'all, so thank you, guys. Oh, you can find me on Spotify and Instagram as Psycho Grunge Babe. Yeah.
Give it up for Madeline, everybody!
Can we get some comedy of Patty?
That was crazy.
Are
you ready?
Keep it
Give
going
it up for
for
Patty,
me.
everybody!
Wow, this is great. How about that? How about that? This is the energy in this room is off the fucking charts. Clap if you live in a neighborhood where it's thank you, give it. Thank you, and good night.
I do.
Where it's hard to park.
Okay.
Where it's hard to park. Things were kind of great for me because I got such a great parking spot that I Ubered here. You know what I mean? I was like, I can see the fucking car from the window, honey. There's just no way. It's too fucking good. But I'm going to dole out, if I might, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of advice, if I might. I was at the Wiener Schnitzel on Lancashire right before this. Right before this. Do not have 3 chili dogs and 2 cups of coffee before you go to the comedy open mic. Because I'm going to share something with you. First of all, I just had a monumental birthday. I'm now north of 50, which is a fancy way of saying I'm fucking 60. Now, the 660 is prime shark demographic. I'm just letting you know. That's where it becomes not just... It can happen to anyone at any time. But what I'm trying to get to you is there is a certain... You'll have that to look forward to. It's an occurrence that you must be on. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm so happy to be looking at all you sexy fucking people. And I'm very happy to be back here in Los Angeles. People complain about Los Angeles. Well, I'll just share with you, I love Los Angeles, and mostly now because I just spent 3 days in fucking Bakersfield. Have you ever been to fucking Bakersfield? Oh my God, once you masturbate, the day's over. It's awful. And I was up there, I had an engagement doing comedy at the Musty Pinata. And I had gone out of the club to vape because I'm hip. Here's the thing, you know how you can tell if someone's not hip? They use the term hip. That's just a little tip off for you guys know that. So I wear a mask sometimes still. I don't know if you guys do, but sometimes I do. And I vaped and then I pulled my mask back up and there's a guy in a cowboy hat. He was standing in line to get into the club. He said, are you sick or do you just want everyone to know who you're voting for? In any words, that's his opinion. You know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Am I right? We're entitled to. I mean, we might not want to hear it, but we're all entitled. Like did I mention that I was at the Der Wiener Schnitzel earlier today? I go there. It's a guilty pleasure. I have the Der Wiener Schnitzel, and I go there, and there's an unhoused maiden there who I just adore her. And every time I go there, she goes like, every time I go there, she goes, hey, Hot George Bush, give me $1, motherfucker. And it's weird because she's a white lady. But she does talk like that, you know. And I love her. I adore her. I really do. She's such a sweet woman. I'm a sucker. I do give, I will give money to, I don't know. I was handing her a $5 bill. And there's a guy that hangs around there all the time in bicycle shorts. He has no fucking bicycle. I've never seen him around a bicycle. But bicycle shorts, and he goes, hey, she's just going to spend that on drugs and alcohol. It just said that's what I was going to spend it on. You know, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Am I wrong? Or am I right? I'm still trying to figure that shit out. Once again, the energy in here just off the charts. Just fucking, you guys probably can't wait to get up here and get a piece of fucking this. As I said, I am an evolved heterosexual. I identify as an evolved heterosexual. I know I know that no means no. I've been married many, many years. I know even yes can mean probably fucking not. Probably not. No married people here. Am I right? Clap if you're married. One. Jen. One. One. And Jen, I admire you because you do pole dancing and you still wear G-strings. At least in your marriage, you're still fucking trying. You're still trying. There's life in it. My wife is, first of all, terminally Catholic. Okay? So there's a lot of guilt involved. She's cut down on sexual positions. She's cut down to just 3, which is fine, Cece. But 2 of them don't involve me at all. What am I paying for these private Pilates instructions for? 3 times a week for private? What? Why am I doing it? Okay, look, I'm going to share something with you, okay? You guys, it's easy to fall in love. It is. You guys got the swiping and the D and the Emming. Well, yeah, none of fucking the swiping. There was no swiping back then. You know, and you can fall in love. You can fall in love 3, 4, 5 times a year. Try. Just try staying in love. You have to employ trickery. You have to employ some subterfuge. Is what I'm trying to say. Like about okay. Jen, once again, hall pass. Familiar with hall pass? Okay. Clap if you know what a hall pass is. All right. One of the techniques that we employ in my boudoir, where my wife and I make sweet, sweet love, is the hall pass. The hall pass, you know, you could, if someone, oh, by the way, my wife is a very tiny, she's like 4'11" Filipina, from the Philippines, tiny. And I'm 100% Irish. And in LA, that makes our children tall Mexicans. I don't know if you know that, but that's how they're made. That's how they're manufactured. But my wife, once again, teeny tiny Filipino, about 4'11". Her hall pass is Idris Elba. Fucking loves Idris Elba. She calls him Hot Black Jesus. Fucking loves him. Now, my hall pass, I'm a comedian, was Joan Rivers. Till she died. Yeah, I gotta draw the line somewhere. But then, briefly, it was the Cholula hot sauce lady. She's hot. Am I wrong? Give it up for the Cholula hot sauce lady. She's like, but turns out it's not a real person. So, not fair. So now my hall pass, strangely enough, Idris Elba. Well, he's a fucking sexy guy. I don't know what to tell you. You know, sexy man. But I say, I turned 60 recently, and there's a thing that you have as a 60-year-old man called a urologist. You guys have a urologist? You will. you will. But they give me your honest evaluation. I'm 60. Up here, not bad, right? Not bad. Okay. My neck is 70 fucking 30. My neck is 73. My phone knows because it keeps on sending me coupons for turtlenecks. You know, it's listening to. And as we speak, my testicles are in a race for ground level. The left one's in the lead. The left one does a lot of the heavy lifting. I don't know. You'll find out when you get your urologist. The left one is the senior partner in that equation. He's just looking away from me. You'll get one. Don't worry. You'll worry. And here's a little insight for the guys. This is for the guys, gals. Your dick doesn't get bigger. Your balls do. Your balls do. Yeah. All right, there's a little tidbit to let you guys in on a little information. And the thing is, like, I actually saw, because they have nicknames for you at the urologist office. I peeked over, I looked at the appointment chart, there's a Patty Long Balls. Patty Long Balls. All right, enough about my balls. You guys, I'm going to tell you something. I'm very aware of how I look. Somebody walked up to me, young chap the other day, and he said, "You look vaguely like you play pickleball." I said, "Pickleball? Yes, pickleball!" Which sounds like a venereal disease. I didn't even know what that was. But that's just code for, you look like an old white guy who can't afford to golf. Which, bingo, that's me. I'm here on a Monday night doing stand-up comedy. Obviously, my career is at a fucking zenith. Do you know the difference between a golf ball and a woman's G-spot? A man will never stop looking for a golf ball. All right, this is petered off into a slow death. I won't take credit for the last joke. That last joke was written by Copernicus. Let's get excited a little bit. Come on, put your hands together and give it up for the mistress on this misfit island of toys. Give it up for Sam. Come on.
Patty! Give it up for Patty, everybody. Bye, Jeff. It's a pleasure to meet you. Come back. How are we feeling, everybody? Good? Because we're all moving around. Good? Loving it?
Dude, you see McDonald's is like luxury now? I gotta stop talking. Who's ready for our next comedian? Colin Asley. I actually wasn't sure who I was gonna say something, so it was just as new to me.
Give it up for Sam. Give it up for the phone that just fell, everybody. Hello. All right. Do we have a good day today? Kind of. Okay. I went to get ice cream. I got in a fight with the line with this one guy. He's a fucking asshole. I'm just trying to get some. Wait a second. I just wanted some blue sherbet. Here we go. I don't know why. I see this online a lot. I see it on Reddit, where I'll see young guys saying that they can't tell when a woman is flirting with them. Yeah, like they can't tell. Oh, well, I think that was your comment. No, I think that's crazy. I think that's weird. I think it should be obvious, you know, like, excuse me, miss, I saw your step, I can't remember. What was your name again?
Madeline.
Madeline? Where are you from, Madeline?
Minnesota.
Minnesota, okay. Now, she was clearly flirting with me. That was very obvious. But it's crazy. I think dating's weird. You know, like I've that's my transition. No, dating's weird because you know, like there's things you try to do to become attractive to other people, right? Like you want to be responsible with your money, right? You're attractive if you have a diversified portfolio. But if I have 3 or 4 jobs, I look like a loser. Apparently, you have to have one job. You can't have multiple jobs. But I don't know. It's tough. I think there's a weird disparity between how men and women are approached. You know, I've only been approached maybe by a woman like 3 times in my life. 2 of those times was to get directions. Yeah. That's all I got. No. What was I gonna say? Darn it. I'm gonna look at the phone for a moment. I thought you were vaping for a hot second there. I'm sorry. I heard the. Since he's vaping indoors. No, I do therapy. We do therapy. Yeah, we do. Woo. I'm seeing a psychiatrist now too. But yeah, I've been doing therapy. That "we" was from the drugs I got from the psychiatrist. Sorry, Susan. So I got in a fight with my therapist recently, which is not a good idea. You should never try to fight your therapist because then they will just try to say you're deflecting. I'll be like, you're being a shitty therapist. They're like, you know, I think I remember you saying how you felt like your father was shitty while you were growing up. Do you feel like, God damn it? The other part is why you shouldn't fight with your therapist is they'll just diagnose you with some wild shit. You know, there's kind of a record. They can just throw shit on there, you know, if they want to. They can be like, oh, you're right, you're antisocial personality. Antisocial personality disorder. I dated my therapist. Then we broke up and she diagnosed me with small penis disorder. I'm like, that is not in the DSM-5. Well, I did actually start seeing a psychiatrist. So I wanted to get some medication. And that's a weird process because, you know, sometimes people don't know if they have ADHD. You know, there's a lot of like misdiagnosis going on nowadays. But whether you have ADHD or not, I think we can all agree it's fun to get high on Adderall. That will unite all neurodivergent or not. We all like to get high on Adderall. Let's see. Let's see. I think we care more about mental health nowadays, which I think is a good thing. I'm very thankful we care about mental health. It's weird because I think, clap if you feel like your parents know less about mental health than you do. I'm sorry, I looked at you like I was making you clap. I'm sorry. That's important to clap. So yeah, I feel like for the most part, I know more about mental health than my parents. You know, it's tough to explain it to them. You know, that's a hard thing to learn when when you're older. You know, it's like trying to explain to your dog why they can't pee on the rug. You know, there's plenty of good reasons, but they can't quite comprehend why. You know, I'll just be like, I don't know. I was about to bring up family stuff by accident. About to get a little too into it. Sorry, okay. I think you guys might have heard that the House of Representatives is trying to push a bill to ban Pornhub in Texas. This is very true. It just passed Congress, and now it's going to go to the Senate, and they will ban pornography in Pornhub in Texas shortly after there were 10,000 12-year-old boys outside of the Austin, Texas Congress. No, but I read about it. There were a couple like famous people who commented on it. Elon Musk is officially moving his headquarters back to California after hearing this. This is gonna be weird. I feel like we all have I feel like we all have parent. I think everyone's parent. Wow. Let's. I think we all have had our parents talk about how they have pictures of us when we were babies or like when we were like kids running around naked, right? My parents have a picture of me, a Polaroid picture of me rollerblading naked. That is child porn, and I will not accept. Okay. I don't know what to say with that. I just think it's it's weird that every parent has a felony in their drawer somewhere. Like it's supposed to be a sweet memory. Like, oh, that's a felony. That's illegal. I don't like that for the women out there like to give slight hints that they're interested. I feel like I can tell usually, but those very, very slight hints. Please stop treating love like it's Blue's Clues. Okay, I can't find the itsy bitsy hint. Okay. I don't know. Oh God, I can't say. Nope, not gonna say that. Sorry. I saw on I watch on YouTube. I like to watch old military veterans play Call of Duty, which is really fun. It's fun to watch someone who's killed real people kill fake people. You know, with the same level of apathy that they must have had in the war. They're just like, got him. Oh shit. All right. Y'all don't watch Call of Duty? Okay. Y'all don't play Call of Duty? We watch I feel like we're getting to a point where we watch too much of life, you know? Like, especially because of TikTok, like everyone's videoing different parts of their lives, and now that's a type of content. Like, I see a lot of couples, and like people are just following their relationships and staying single. I think that's weird. I think we're watching too much of other people's lives, and we're like, entertainment, like turning life too much into entertainment. I have nowhere to go with this, but I just really need to think. Get it off your chest. I'm just getting it off my chest, man. I just had to get back into comedy, Just had to get back on the stage. Yeah. That's what's up. Give me more time to think. There we go. No, that was no, I have got like 30 seconds or something. I got a minute? Hell yeah. I can bore you guys even more. I do, you ever sing a song and then halfway through the song you realize you're singing another song? I do that a lot. I was doing that the other day. I've been working on the railroad all the live long day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells. Where'd that come in? I used to pray to God when I was a kid a lot, but mostly it was just because I really wanted to get to the next level in another video game. That was the main. It wasn't for like world peace or, happiness on earth or my parents to stop fighting. It was just the next level. And let's level up our game here by bringing Sam back up to the stage. Wow, what a transition.
Give it up for Colin. And apparently you're leveled up yerb that has a screw on top. That's crazy. I've only ever seen the can. Not sponsored. Again, not sponsored. But every few weeks I accidentally sound like we're about to have a sponsorship, and it's just not true. We're open. Like Bumble, we're open. We're open. We're open and interested. But okay, guys, thank you for staying. We're not done yet, but give it up for yourselves for being here, right? And you get to see one of my favorites. I can't believe she's here. Please give it up for the comedy of Claire.
I'm your favorite. That's
can't
why I
believe I
get to
said
go
that.
last.
You're not
I'm
last.
your favorite. That's why I get to go last after everybody leaves. I'm gonna make it quick because I need to eat food, and I am gonna get to joke, but I have to know. 5th in League of Legends, and he wasn't attracted to any of the women in League of Legends. That's how he was 5th. That's amazing. Thank you. Sorry, I needed to know that. Congratulations, your first time trying comedy. This is my first time up on stage in several months. That's not comparable. I've been away from it, honestly, just to get very, a little vulnerable. I just became so intensely anxious and terrified at the thought of coming up here and having to do small talk with people before the show started. I arrived late today. The parking mess was a blessing in my favor. I couldn't do another, what do you do for work? Bullshit is what I survived late stage capitalism. I have a job I hate, I'll have a different job I hate next one. I don't know what, I want to know, I don't want to say what I do, I don't want to know what you do, I couldn't do it. I'm gonna run as fast as I can once this is done. On stage fright, fine. I'm comfortable here, I'm happy here, I don't want the social anxiety, it was too much. But I'm back now. Another reason I haven't been on stage a lot, I just don't know why are you tall?
Guilty.
That's where I live. So another reason I haven't been on stage a lot is I don't know what to talk about. Can I say Free Palestine in here? Can I say that? Am I allowed to? I can't.
Why not?
Why not? I got no response from the 3 people left in this room. So I guess I can't. I'm going to anyways. That's the set tonight. I feel like I have to talk about Palestine because I watch the news a lot, and I've realized that if I don't talk about that, then I have to talk about Taylor Swift. Those are the 2 topics. And I can't talk about Taylor Swift anymore. I can't. I love her, but I also know that my nieces would cry more if she died than if I do. And I can't do it anymore. It's got to be one or the other. Ecuador is just sitting in the corner hey, we have the worst political corruption we've ever had and highest crime rate in our nation's history. World news is just shut up, Ecuador. Bomb someone or get a stop on the Eras tour because we're not doing anything in between. That's all it is. So we're gonna do the Middle East jokes. And we gotta be careful when I go into these. So I say Free Palestine. I don't know most of you. I did not say let's go bomb a synagogue. That's not what we're doing. Don't get me in trouble. I said yeah. I said there's a lot of misinformation out there. I did not say the Holocaust is a hoax. So we're on the same page. Don't get me in trouble. I'm already not supposed to be talking about this because I'm an American white Christian, privileged, naive person. But because I am all of those things, I am also uniquely able to say that I think I can fix it. Just like any time I've entered into a romantic relationship. I think I can fix it. I can't fix it. I do think it would be really funny, though, if we just got all the world leaders, anyone who has any opinion or any power, anything to say or do in the situation, we get them all together and we make them substitute teach a 3rd grade class. It's just a different one for each of them for like 1 week. And we, at the end of the week, just see how many times they hear some variation of the argument, but she started it! And how few shits they give about that argument. I can picture it so clearly, just like 2 kids yelling at each other, like, she punched me first. Well, Frankie punched me last week. Well, Frankie moved to Argentina, so I can't do anything about that. Just some world leader losing their mind. I can just see, like, the lunch line, and some kid bullying another, like, you can't get in the lunch line, and then being like, Mr. Netanyahu, she won't let me get my food. And being like, just let her get her food. Why are you I get it. Yeah. I don't. It wouldn't happen, but it could happen. And just see 2 kids like, Mr. Maya. Yeah. Why do you have her in the chokehold? She was gonna put me in the chokehold. But why do you? What? This freaking seating chart. I can't. And she's just like. And there's just like some rich girl in the corner like filming it like, hi, I don't know, why are they fighting? Will someone explain this to me? Why have they been fighting for so long? Anyways, I'm going to the Eras tour, Gaza, stop, anyone? That one I like, I don't care. Yeah, I don't know, I think it would be really funny. I don't actually get to have an opinion or say anything. I don't know what to do. I can't even figure out if I'm supposed to eat McDonald's right now. Like, I haven't been. For those of you who don't know, McDonald's was like supplying, feeding Israeli military troops. And so I'm like, okay, that feels like that feels like, yeah, you're on the wrong side of history there. I won't eat McDonald's. But here's the thing. Maybe McDonald's is the place to go, because maybe, if you think about it, what better way is there to take down a massive military than by feeding them a steady supply of McDonald's breakfast? Maybe McDonald's is really, really pro-Palestine. Anyways, thank you so much. That is all I'm going to do. I'm going to leave. If I can ignore you on Instagram, CD_hatch, because social media makes me anxious.
Guys, so Claire didn't want to say what she. First of all, give it up for Claire. Can I say our cute little side story we have or no? Really quick. Just sometimes. So I used to work at the Beverly Center. Claire used to work at the Beverly Center. I go to Century City. All of a sudden, I'm seeing fucking Claire at Century City. I'm like, you're doing the damn thing.
The shitty jobs?
Yeah, but no, yeah. but like, you're the face of the mall. Like,
that
dude, I'm sorry. No, in a good way, bro. Stop it. I was the face of the mall. I miss it. Okay. Somebody left. That's awkward. But we have just a couple more comedians for you tonight. Who's ready for the Comedy of On? Yay! I miss you.
Not right now.
Oh.
I'm not tripping. I was just surprised.
It caught me by surprise. That was good people. How's it going? Shout out to y'all for being here. Man, life. What are we gonna talk about today? Oh yeah, I've been teaching. I've been doing my little substitute thug thizzle for a minute for the past couple months. I was subbing for a middle school PE class, and love this new generation and just how accepting they are of and like discovering themselves, and that's beautiful. But like I feel like at 8 a.m., like sometimes my take on things just is kind of funny with the class. I don't know. It was a moment that we had that I thought was just really dope. I'm just figuring out how to intro this shit. I was trying to organize the game so we could play, like, you know, the guys were like, oh, but we want to play against the girls. We'll do girls versus guys. I'm like, bet. I think it's about an even number. And so I'm like ordering the classroom. I'm like, oh yeah, you go over here, you go over here. And I put one of the students over here. And he's like, oh, why'd you put me over here? I said, oh, well, I wanted this team to be all guys, this team to be all girls. He said, well, actually, Mr. Anye, I identify as they, them. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to offend you. Like, my bad. Well, can y'all go over there? Like, is that wrong of me to say that? Like, that's the right way to... Because even they, them laugh. So I can say this. Like, they, them was laughing. So I can say it. I said, y'all just go over there with that team. That's what all of y'all, the singular y'all, just go over there and just make the class look even. Shout out to the world, man. What do I have in here? Oh, we was talking about these little kids. I guess they recently discovered Grey's Anatomy, and they were trying to like talk to me about it. And for whatever odd reason, I decided to turn the show on. I was like, let me try to see what these kids was talking about. Have you ever been to your high school, like, currently, and you just, like, walk in and you don't recognize nobody in that shit? Like, that's exactly how it was for me to turn on Grey's Anatomy. Like, I have not, it's a whole new hospital. Like, what the fuck? I should have known, though, because they was killing people off like this, like, throughout the whole shit. Like, as soon as they killed McSteamy, they killed McSteamy. Y'all don't remember? That was a time. Them niggas wasn't even associated with me, not McDonald's. They just McSteamy. Like, how the fuck is, whatever. They killed him? Anyone could die. Remember that plane episode? Like, why the fuck is they in the plane? If y'all ain't seen the plane episode, traumatic. Especially when you actually care about these characters, man. Shonda Rhimes, relax. She killing everybody. Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. I put do not talk about Caitlyn Jenner new podcast with Lamar Odom. I don't know what I thought I was gonna say about that. I said do not talk about. Why do I have do not talk about? That's cool. I don't know. I don't understand why everyone's making a podcast, but I have one if y'all want to go watch it. I feel like I was a complainer about that. Well, I wasn't a complainer about people starting podcasts because I knew I was going to start one, but now that I've started one, I'm super like, oh, we have too many podcasts. Like, everyone stop. Like, I was the last one. Like, okay, just watch mine if you want to make a podcast so bad. I had a terrible thought recently. It was kind of sad. So my 10-year high school reunion is coming up in like under 2 years at this point. And I'm super nervous, yo, because I had these big plans. Like, I don't know if you ever listen to Drake, but he has a lyric. He's like, but thinking back to how they treated me, my high school reunion might be worth an appearance. Make everybody go through security clearance. Like, I had that pinned on my wall. I was like, oh, I can't wait. Man, these niggas get patted down when they come see me. And that door gonna be wide open when we do that shit. Nobody's gonna give a fuck that I'm there. Like, I got a year, man. I gotta, like, I don't know what we're gonna do. We gotta do something. You gotta at least like have me be on the flyer. Like, Anye's gonna be there. We gotta do something. I don't know. Figure this shit out, man. I had a lot of big dreams, man. We got to get to them. You know, we got to dream these dreams. I wrote a list. I was like things you're allowed to lie about on the first date. Like, I feel like a zodiac sign, that's acceptable. Because you could be like, just kidding. I'm not this. I don't know. I feel like zodiac sign is like, this is like you can laugh about. People don't laugh about that. Sorry, y'all. I'm a candy corn. It's a candy corn trait. We like to lie, I guess. I put like any dietary restrictions you can lie about on the first date. Like, if you don't feel like if you're lactose intolerant but y'all eating ice cream, like, you could just enjoy it for the night. Like, you're not gonna see him later. Like, go ahead and enjoy your ice cream, girl. Get that vanilla swirl. Fuck it. Like, why lie about it? Like, just come up later. Like, remember that time we went on the first date? You won't believe what happened after. It's terrible for me. Also, I put how much you listen to, or how much Chris Brown music you listen to, because I definitely feel like that's something that I often lie about on the first date, because I feel like sometimes that's like a really like polarizing topic. You know, some women are like super anti Chris Brown. I don't know if you guys know that Chris Brown released back-to-back albums with 48 and 72 songs. I listened to both albums completely, and I know, like, I could probably tell you what song it is just off the first couple of shits. So I was really tuned in. The man is talented, all right? He be beating the beat up too. It's good. He's just good at the music. Okay, I'm sorry. He's good at the music. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. See, I don't talk about it on the first day. How much people you say, Chris who? No. No. You say you don't like him? Yeah, I hate him. Would never. No, would never. What else I want to talk about? I don't know. I have so many random topics. I've just been chilling here. I've been working my ass off, dude. I've been doing a trampoline dunk team for the Clippers, man. Shout out to me just doing random shit. I guess we can clap. It's taking a physical toll. Like, I feel like sometimes I wake up and we have rehearsal at we have to be there by 7 a.m. So I have to get out of bed at 6 a.m. to drive or get ready and then drive to the arena and be there to run and jump off a trampoline at 7 a.m. That shit is crazy, bruh. Like, physically, like, my body just, like, when I wake up, I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, at what point did we go wrong? Like, we went to a lot of school. Like, we could have just skipped all that if we were just gonna run and jump off a trampoline. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like school, and I thought about this on the way here. This may not be a joke. This may be self-realization. I don't know. I feel like school is very valuable when you can apply yourself, right? Like, when you can take what you learn and use it in, your life. Like, I'm doing this because I want to do this, right? I can't even apply this shit on LinkedIn. Like, I feel like all the schools I was doing was just to do it. Like, I don't know. I was just like, I can do it. So I did it all the way through master's, bro. I was just like, I can do it. And so I did it. And so now I'm like having some buyer's remorse. I'm like, that's a lot of money. Not my money, but I feel like they've been like getting closer to finding me and my true information so they can get that money back. Because I feel like before I was just like, oh, I'm still in school. And then now they're like, are you still in school? No, but I'm learning. This is LA School of Comedy. Look, this counts. I'm still in school. FAFSA, leave me alone. I'm sorry. It's just a lot. It's a lot, but shout out to y'all for being here. Sam's gonna come back to the stage. Y'all know who I am. Anya West on YEWST. Shout out to y'all for being here. Yeah.
Give it up for Anya, everybody! Now our headliner of the night, Cece. Want to come up here and give a little something, something? Come on! Give it up for Cece Trez, everybody!
Homie right here. Shout out Madeline too. First time. Hey, we worked on a short film together that was about pink poodles. It's all about pink poodle. It was insane. I loved it. Yeah. Oh my God. It's like open seats right there. It's awesome. Has anyone here seen Dune?
The new one?
The new one, Dune 2, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just sand. It's just sand on sand and sandworms. And Zendaya going like. And Timothy Chalamet just like, oh. Like, that is all it is for 2 hours straight. It's insane, and it's like, that's crazy. I feel like y'all spent like $50 million to make that, like, and to make like a fake war. Imagine if you like spend that money to help the wars that are going on. Hollywood, imagine that. Yeah, so I help them out. I do. Oh, oopsies. Slay. Anyway, I'm Cece. I help them out doing lights, but really it's just like Sam tapping me to be like, oh, you have to change the light now. So if you guys were like, oh, why is that on? It's probably because I messed it up. So what's your guys' dream car? Can I have a shout out from anybody? Dream car, everybody. Supra, Toyota Supra? Okay, well that doesn't really help my bit, but that's okay. Ferrari. Okay. I was thinking like Ferrari or G-Wagon, Volkswagen. Okay, I get it though, because my dream car is a light blue Subaru, because growing up we didn't have super safe cars, and so now I feel like that'd be like really cool to have, the one with like lane assist. It's crazy. It's super gay too. It's like the gayest car I think that maybe exists. But all of you guys are talking about your bad relationship experiences. I sent a guy a Bible verse, so I think I'm maybe taking the cake on that one. I I don't really know. Like, if you told my younger self that I did that she would not understand what was going on there. And I think I just wanted to make like a player into a prayer. You know what I mean? Like, that's really, it's, at the end of the day, it's about my ego. You know, I love to pick fun. What can I say? Oh, hey, besties, what's up? Hannah's back. Hannah's from camp, and that's my roommate Saul. How was Kazunori?
Oh, we didn't go.
We waited for you.
After.
We want you.
Yeah.
We're going once
That's
you're
actually
done.
why we're here. We waited, guys. Okay, go.
So, me and Hannah went to SF for a day. We went to San Francisco.
Oh my God! Wait.
It was a quick trip there, in and out. And it was funny because we saw my friend, and her and my friend and me, we were all standing on this like one park that's in San Francisco. And you're looking out, and you don't really see grass, you know? You really just see like houses on apartments, on buildings, on more apartments, and they're like, isn't this beautiful? You know, they look at each other and like, yeah. And I'm like, guys, I'm not seeing it really. I'm just seeing stuff on stuff. Has anyone here been to San Francisco? Yeah. Do you feel that same way? Yeah, it's a little silly. We took a ferry. We wanted to.
We should do a double set for this.
Double set. Oh, I don't know if that's ever been done.
It's a little late, Hannah.
Maybe this, yeah. Anyway, we wanted to go to Angel Island. That's where we thought we were going. We were taking a ferry there. But we took it to like Latsbury or some shit in San Francisco, which is a different island. And that one has a penitentiary on it that had like 150 executions. So it was a weird vibe on that island. So pretty much we took the ferry there. We didn't even go off of the ferry. We just saw that because this guy was telling us about it. And we were like, you know what? We don't need to be on an island with beheadings. You know, that's okay. Like, we'll just go this way. Or electric chairs, you know, whatever. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, yeah, so this is a weird thing. And I don't really know where this is coming from. But I've been saying, like, God is a man a lot. Like, I'm like, yeah, he's protecting me. And if you know me, that's pretty weird. That kind of goes against a lot of me, myself, and I. So I don't know what that's about. We're just going to ride this whole Christianity thing out and see where it goes. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do. That's what your 20s are for. I want pretty toes, guys. Anybody else here want just, like, the most beautiful toes? Like, my feet don't look like that, you know? You know the ones that people have where they're, like, pretty squares and they get, like, French tips, and then there's just the other ones. I have the other ones, but I think if that's like the thing that you don't like the most about yourself, you're probably in a good place because you can cover your toes up. Do you want to tell them about the chicken foot, or should I?
Wait, can we please like do collab?
I'll wait for her to do the chicken foot. Okay, so this is another thing too. I'm having a bit of an identity crisis because for so long now I've been like, oh, I'm autistic, and I really fit into that box, and I'm like, okay, perfect, cool. But I babysit recently a young man who's on the spectrum, and I realized that maybe if I have the ability to, you know, question if I'm autistic, I'm maybe not autistic, I think, but it's a spectrum, but it is definitely like an identity crisis because, you know, Gen Z with their labels and their terms, but I'm going back to ADHD, I think, now is what I'm realizing. Yeah, okay. We'll see where that goes. And then I went to San Francisco. And then I went to... Oh, in San Francisco, there's this, because it's San Francisco, there's this store called Dogue, and it's spelled like Vogue, but with a D, so D-O-G-E. And they sell really fancy pastries for your dog, like $20 pastries for your animal. And I didn't even have my dog with me, but I was like, she'll know that I went here and I didn't get her pastry, you know? So I have to get her a pastry, and it's like specifically made to like help with inflammation of their joints, and like there's turmeric in it, and it's crazy. And I bring it, I'm like, oh, she's gonna love this. And she's like, sniffs it, and it's like, what the fuck is that? Why does it have that fucking consistency? Why is it bright yellow? Like, what is that? She didn't fucking eat it, it was crazy. Oh my God. Apparently my dog Buttons is spoiled, you know? I don't know if you guys know Buttons. Okay. No, I consider it loved, you know, but I'm starting to see that maybe it is spoiled, you know? And it's crazy. She has such a personality, like, she knows when people are talking about her. Like, I was with my friend, and my friend was like, oh, she doesn't know what I'm saying, you know? And my dog just turns like, excuse me? Like, she fucking knew exactly what she was saying. It's crazy. Would you guys believe me if I told you that I'm in sports broadcasting? Yeah. Really? Okay, thanks. If you were going to guess what sport it would be, can you guess?
Quidditch.
Yeah, it's pretty close. It's pickleball. So. Pickleball, yeah, you know the one. It's great. I get to do commentary. I don't really know any of the phrases that go along with pickleball, so it's gotta be just being like, in the fourth line, 4 yards down, and then in the right, in 45 degree. Yeah, that's basically all we're doing. I'm not really sure. And then in the kitchen, I know kitchen and dink, and I'm like, dink, 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 if you guys know pickleball. Okay, and then I'm gonna tell this one story. So this was at the ACT, and anyone here take the ACT or SAT? Okay, slay, thank you. So you guys know it. You get into a room with a proctor or whatever, and they're standing there, they're giving you the directions. And so she's like giving it to us, and then she like starts to like fart like a lot, and she was like starts farting whatever, and then she like grabs onto her chair and starts farting, and I felt bad. She was like a 65-year-old woman. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was like the loudest part ever, and we were like, oh, we really need to start the test though. But it was crazy, and I don't think she understood really how like the ACT worked, because I was like, oh, like I don't get this, like I'm struggling, like I don't have a lot of time. And she's like, well, just take as much time as you need. Okay, I will, but I don't think you're supposed to do it like that though. Anyway, I'm Cece Treza. You can find me at CECETRZ on Instagram. Thank you.
Okay, guys, it's been an amazing Manic Monday. Thank you, everybody, for staying. I hope to see you Wednesday, Friday, who knows when. I've been Sam. Clap it up for Jason and Cece one more time. Sunda, we miss you. Come home. Good night, Los Angeles. It's comedy. It's LA. It's